Welcome back to West Texas View.
We're talking with Sephanie Rivas with the Wagner Noel Performing Arts Center, and we just before the break, she was giving us kind of a preview of some of the things coming up, but I wanted her to stop and talk about how you are really making an effort to get more and more kids programming in here so that families can come and bring their children in. And I know in the past that you've had things like Kids Rock and some of the other things that have really appealed to the younger kids.
Absolutely. We had a national touring group, Yo Gabba Gabba, which is a kids show that is very well known. We had their national touring production come in. We also had Veggie Tales that was sponsored and promoted by a local church. We had Kids Bop, which is a great kind of a teen pop show that came into the building. So we are looking at bringing more of that children's programming and having those shows that specifically speak to young ones. But I also like to point out that there are some great things that you can bring kids to that is a good introduction. We talked about having that introduction into the arts. The Midland Odessa Symphony and Chorale is doing a Disney themed performance coming up at the facility, and that one again, it's taking music from very well-known Disney shows. These are things that your kids are going to recognize, you know, but then you transform that into a setting where it's the symphony and the chorale and people that not just that, but it's people that they know. There may be somebody in the local symphony from your church, or their parents go to your child's school. So it's a great introduction into that. It is something that I know and I love already, and introducing me to something that I may have an appreciation for later. Midland Festival Ballet will also be hosting their spring performance. This year, I believe they're doing the Sleeping Beauty, I believe is what I think they're doing. And so, Midland Festival Ballet, again, they have their performers are of all ages, and again, so these are great local performers that put on a beautiful show, and your kids can be introduced to not just the performance and what it is, but also the performers themselves, and that those children get introduced to art in that way. Because I know I have a 10-year-old boy, and if I told him we were going to the ballet, he might not be so excited about it. But if he knew that maybe there was a girl from his school that is a part of Midland Festival Ballet, then it becomes more of just I'm supporting my friends and I'm supporting local art, and to teach your child that it is about supporting the arts. Anytime they buy a ticket to see a show, they're supporting the arts in our area. And you know, there's so much that speaks to what the arts can do for a child, whether it's through music or whether it's through the spoken word. I mean, it really just broadens their little minds and really gets them to think about things in different ways, and brings out a creative force for many children. And so we do like that that the building allows some of that nurturing, and we're hoping to bring more of those shows.
Well, another thing that I always like to talk about is how this is a great opportunity for you to look ahead at what's coming and bring maybe plan a family reunion during that time of a show you really want to do, because you give group tickets.
Absolutely.
And so you could bring a whole group for a lot less.
It is a great way. And again, we can't emphasize enough our website, WagnerNoel.com. You're going to see complete lists there of all the shows. Anything that is on that website has been announced, and for the most part you can buy tickets to, or it'll tell you when those tickets are going on sale. But WagnerNoel.com is our website. You can buy tickets directly through eTix, which is our authorized provider. We have a 1-800 number. I'll give you that really briefly. It's 1-800-514-3849.
But that's on the website.
And it's on
also
the website as well. But if you had that pin there next to you, we do have that 1-800 number. You can call that number there on the screen, and we'd be happy to give you that 1-800 number. But it's a great way to buy those tickets. If you happen to be in the Midland Odessa area and you'd like to stop by our box office, we have one there in the building where the education department sits, and we're open noon to 5 Monday through Friday to sell tickets.
Which brings up another question. If someone who's running up and down one of these crossroads said, I've got a few minutes, I'd just like to see that building, they could just stop and come in and
That
look
is
at
a very
it
good
and look
question.
at the
It's a
wonderful.
good question. We are a closed facility, so we don't, the building isn't just open for walk-ins, but I set up tours very frequently for groups. So, and we like to do them for a little bit larger groups. So if you have 5 or 6 people, that always works well, because it just, again, we're a small staff and it takes so much time to do a full tour. But if you have a church group, a ladies' luncheon group, your garden club, any group, a group of friends, there's 6 of you that have said, we would really like to come out and see the building, have not been out there yet. If you will call me, I would be happy to take you through the building. Because of our shows and scheduling, we can't do tours on show days and we can't do tours on school production days, but I'm happy to set up those tours and take you through the building. There's some fun stuff to see in the building.
And once you see the building, you'll want to come to some performance there.
Well, and I always recommend to people to bring a friend. If you've been to one show at the facility and you loved it, the next show that comes along, bring a friend, invite somebody to come with you. I had some great folks that just came up to me at a show this past week and said, this was our first time in the building. We love it. We're going to go bring our friends. We're going to find a show that we can all come to. And that's just, it's so great, but it is a true testament to, we've had thousands of people come through our building, but there are still thousands more that have not entered our doors, and we would love for them to come in and be a part of that.
But another thing is, you need to, they need to think in terms of, who would I like to see there?
Absolutely.
How could I suggest? And so
recommendations can be sent to my email directly. We pass those along to our general manager,
which
who
is
does
rolling
booking.
across the screen.
It's there for you. You can send those to me. I'm happy to pass those along. It's nice because a lot of those recommendations we do listen to very closely. You are here, and so you do know what you want to see. Again, our general manager and our VP of theaters at SMG all work to bring those bookings together, and so whatever we can make possible, we do try to make possible. So
one of the things that was really interesting to me when they opened the Howard College Coliseum in Big Spring, that was one of the first times that I ever really became involved in working with promoters and working with actually the agents of different performers. And one of the things one of them told me was that regardless of the size or sophistication of the community, there would never be more than about 10% at the most fabulous program that would be interested in that particular type of program, and then even a minuscule amount that would actually go. So, you know, you're talking about people need to get involved and support this, or we're not going to. We've finished our program today, and it's been such a pleasure to have Stephanie. We're going to ask her to come back real soon. See you next week with another
Thanks for joining us for News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery. This has been a public affairs presentation of KWAB-TV and KWES-TV.